Well, there's actually a lot of picks that they can use bot lane. I'm assuming a Trixie can go bot as well, because I think they're opening up Trixie for this game. So I think the sky's the limit for Kaizen on this bot lane pick.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're listening to Spotify, you already know about music.
Alright, so they chose Minerva.
Alien cultures. Hey, I'm Jesse Rad from Sci-Fi.
And I definitely expected that. So Artemis's two heroes that he likes to play in lane are going to be the Rook and Minerva pickup.
Yep, and Kaizen picks up Trixie.
If they can grab Hail, which they try to do kind of early in their comps, if they pick up Hail, that leaves Minerva open for very little counterplay. So that's why they pick up the Hail before the Minerva. So Minerva has a better time in lane, because everyone knows Hail beats Minerva in lane pretty easy. So it's a good pickup there in choice. But the only problem is Trixie is extremely hard to reach and a very safe champion compared to other heroes, especially against that Minerva in the bot lane.
Nope. So it looks like this match is going to get underway, and he's second now.
It's actually really cool to see some of these SPL teams cast their scrims. I know for a while there that TDx was casting their scrims quite a bit, having Wilkie cast them, kind of opening it up to the community. I guess it's surprising that Strife is getting a little bigger there, huh?
Aaron R says serious is serious.
So with these picks, I really expect Kaizen to do their standard Bastion Ray push lane. Better's going to farm it out. Pretty safe. I think that Claudessa provides that good support and kill potential. Trixie's a very safe farm. So I feel like what they're going to do is they're going to AFK Ryzen bot lane farm to push and farm it up, while the rest of the other four do work on the maps with rotations. And with the pickup of Vex, Bow, Hail, Verm, and Minerva, I feel like they're going to go more for like a gank style comp and try to keep Kaizen on their toes with constant aggression. So that can play out in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm honestly kind of surprised. Blazer's not good, is not ready for picking, right?
I think Blazer is going to be allowed in the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she's going to be allowed during the playoffs, but I'm almost certain more than likely the tournament. Oh wow, and the skin's coming out on Team Kaizen. I like that Ray skin. I really do. It's pretty cool.
All the skins. They have all the skins. But yeah, I think that Ray skin is really, really well designed. I'm really a fan of it.
So let's just talk about pets on Team Kaizen's side. So you're going to have the double luster mid lane. not a surprise. I know that that's something that they've been running quite a bit. It helps with the push, keeps their GPM up, and it helps with the overall lane composition of the Ray Bastion. So decent pickups there. Trixie with Mystic for that extra mana and poke potential. R&R with the Razor. He does some really, really good Razor plays to keep himself alive, either in disengages or re-engages. So he plays that Razor extremely well. And then you have the Bounder on Claudessa. That's a useful skill. If you can use it with your QW, it can proc really easy with your W, or sorry, your E of Claudessa. So chaining that up can definitely keep someone slow, especially with the Fetter. If they can keep consistent damage on one target, that's going to be extremely powerful.
Wow, what a great audience
for kills. And then Senpai, please notice me. They have the Bounder on Verm, which is a pretty common pickup, Bounder or Razor. The Tops on Bow. The Pincer on Vex. One of the reasons why Pincers ran on Vex is so he's not insta-bursted when he comes in. So a useful pet there for Vex.
In 30 seconds.
Bounder on Hail to kind of stay on his targets and allow him a little bit of escape and or engage. And then Pincer on the Minerva, make sure that she doesn't get CC locked and be able to do damage in fights. That's one of the things about Minerva. If you can CC her up, you can blow her up. So the Pincer is a good pickup for defense there.
Now let's talk about a little bit of the starting items real quick. It looks like Ryzen on Trixie has picked up his early MP5. R&R got his boots, and Gulliver on Bastion also mana per 5. Got Mantikias and Hogan. It seems pretty standard now. These early game mana regen items.
Yeah, so pretty common. The Chalice pick. It was nerfed a little bit, but still extremely effective. We choose to not run the Chalice, except on our bot laner in lane, just because we've done some testing and feel that you can build some other items that are just as effective. But either way, they're both. That's a really good starting item and a real good basic item to go with in lane.
Looks like everybody's just kind of trying to farm a little bit. The most aggression seems to be top, as Tang gets beat down a little bit by this Claudessa Featherstone lane.
Yeah, so I like the Tops on Bow, but I actually would prefer Mystic a little more in lane, mainly because of the fact that Q poke in lane really helps out, especially versus those ADs. They're not able to farm in their typical safe spot because of the bow throw. And you can be fairly safe against the Claudessa, especially because the hook was changed a little bit where it's more targetable on the ground. You can see where it's coming from.
Yeah, and it looks like Gulliver on Bastion picks up his first completed item. It's Elderstone. Not really surprising. He's a huge fan of that Elderstone.
See, that's really good on Bastion because it scales with his shield. The later and later the game goes, it stacks that health, which is something Bastion really excels on.
We got a little bit of an engaged mid. Looks like Hogan on Ray was kind of caught out a little bit as Vex and Hale took it to him, but he got away with a nice stun. Hale grabs his first completed item, Cleric's Chalice. What do you think about that pickup?
I think it's useful, especially in this lane, with the potential of a lot of poke coming from the Ray and the hard engage from Bastion. Being able to regen a little more with that mana regen and health regen on his spells is a very useful item, especially in the early game for Hale.
Cleric Chalice is coming out pretty much for all of Senpai. Vex picks his up, and Bo picks his up as well. Cleric Chalice comes out for Trixie in this bottom lane. Let's see how that's going on down there. Yeah, not really surprised here. Ryzen's really taking it to Artemis there.
Yeah, it's extremely hard for Minerva to be effective versus Trixie. Trixie has the ability to poke from such a long range and dash out if she's in trouble with the shield. So so far, Minerva's just gonna have a really hard time in this lane applying any pressure onto this Trixie.
Fight breaking out top. Could have seen first blood. Nope. Vermilion gets away with the skin of his teeth. Alright, looks like mid Gulliver's taking a little bit of damage here from this Vex Hail combo. Eating a little bit of the AoE damage from Hail's auto attack there.
So it's kind of an unorthodox lane with the Hail Vex, but I do kind of like it, specifically because there's a double stun and Vex's shield reduces that. So the ability for Hail to get in and do a lot of damage, as you can see right there.
Looks like a fight is breaking out mid here. Gulliver goes in, lands the stun, and then Ray pops his stun out, but it doesn't look like it really did much of anything. Bottom lane, Ryzen is still just harassing Artemis. In top lane, honestly, it just seems like a farming lane. They're just trying to keep up there. No damage
so
really done to the turret.
Yeah, the objective of both teams in the top lane really is going to be a farm lane. You want your carries to sit up there and kind of farm. There's definitely kill potential from both sides. But the fact that you have the double ADs up top kind of going against each other, it's going to be more of a farm lane. So trying to take as little poke as possible and farm up for your late game is going to be the overall objective of both teams here.
Alright, it looks like mid lane is getting pushed in a little bit. But I don't know. I don't think much is going to happen. We've got Mantiqueus engaging top. Trying to basically counter this engagement. It looks like last hit is going to go down, and Vermilion's going to get the kill. First blood on Mantiqueus on Claudessa, and Aranar is also going to go down, with Tang picking up that second kill.
It's really good. Bo, essentially, in my mind, can counter Claudessa, because Claudessa's hook is just the main thing to engage upon. If that hook misses and they're in a position to go on it, that bow has a stun, bow throw with the slow. Extremely effective for counterplay versus Claudessa. Yeah, bot lane GPM is not looking good for Artemis here. He's just sitting at around 225 right now versus the Trixie's 380. I think what he's going to need is a gank here. Need a gank, get back in the game a little bit, get some free farm. He's certainly going to
engagement mid looks like we got Vex using his ultimate after Hail used his ultimate. Looks like Hogan is just going to go down here. Gulliver on Bastion is just trying to do whatever he can, tries to take out Vex, but Vex pretty much gets away. Double kill for Yesios on Hail.
Yeah, really, really good play there. That's a really good Vex ultimate. He was actually able to get the stun on both characters there, and Hail was just at the able to just pretty much free attack everybody at that point. Just tons of damage came out from that comp.
Tons of damage. Alright, looks like engagement top. Vermilion goes in on Aranar, and Aranar tries to fight back. Vermilion lands his ultimate, allows Tang to land his ultimate straight up against the wall. Looks like Mantiqueus is going to try to make a run for it, but the slows are just coming out, and it's just too much. Double kill for Tang on Bo.
Yeah, right now, our Senpai Please Notice Me is playing really good versus their comps. I feel like Kaizen's strongest point is the bot lane is definitely showing here. And Senpai Please Notice Me has decent top and mid lanes, which is it's really showing as well. And the fact that they've pulled off double kills, their GPMs are pretty high. They're actually really high in the top lane, almost sitting at 500. And then mid lane sitting at about 430 and 400. So really good play here by Senpai. They're going to need that, especially because this Trixie's free farming.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the GPM here, it honestly is looking like Hogan is making the most here. Oh, it looks like we got an engaged middle. Hogan drops his stun out. I don't think it's really going to do anything with this combo between Yesios, Tang, and Kiwi Dude, basically taking him out instantly.
Yeah, really good roam there. Picking up the kill is huge. Now, Kaizen's definitely trying to push this top tower down, get it down as quick as possible, and try to make them pay for the roam. But they're only going to take a little bit of damage on this tower.
Looks like Tang's here going to try to get a little bit of a gank off. He pops his W and pops Rocket Boots, gets his ultimate off.
Wow.
Gets that stun, gets the slow, and Vermilion's just basically going to help clean it up. Another 2 kills for Senpai, please.
Wow, that was a really good bow ult there. RNR had no time to do anything. It was just the stun from Verm right into the ultimate of the bow. Big plays. I think they're going to get this tower down now.
Yeah, this tower is definitely going to go down. We have Aranar trying to run his way back up, but I don't think his short legs can support that much speed. Looks like Ryzen got the bottom turret. Poor Minerva, man, he's just suffering. Artemis there, 258 GPM. Look back
I'm really
at mid.
interested how this turns out in the mid lane, because one of Team Kaizen's biggest plays is their mid game play.
Oh, look, Ryzen's coming in for a gank here. Gulliver tried committing, and it looked like he overcommitted just a little bit, but Tang comes in, tries to get the kill on Gulliver and help out, but Vex just gets away barely with his life as Hogan uses his ultimate and barely gets him. Vex looks like he's dropping his ultimate somewhere. Oh, nope, he's just recalling back to base. A nice attempt by Kaizen, but an even nicer getaway by Senpai, please.
Yeah, I feel like if Kaizen wasn't running the double luster mid lane, they would be extremely behind in this lane. So I think that was a good choice of running the double luster.
Oh, fight breaking out top. Looks like Mantequillas is trying to help get the kill here. He has to back up as he's almost dead, and it doesn't look like Aranar can really follow up and get the slows out and the damage done. Hogan tries showing up top a little bit too, but they've already backed up. We look at mid, and Gulliver's there with half health. His Hale's just free farming. Here comes Bo in. Tang's going to try to get the stun off. He gets his W off after rocket booting in, gets his ultimate off straight into the wall, and Hale picks it up. Tang is really making great plays right now.
Yeah, Tang is definitely the MVP of this team right now. He's making huge plays with the bow roam. And definitely making Team Kaizen pay for letting him have bow.
Oh, we got a 1v1 bottom here. Ryzen's trying to just get away from this Minerva. Artemis seems to be doing a lot of damage. Ryzen starts turning, comes back in, but I don't think Minerva really has the mana to sustain this fight, and Ryzen could just win this outright.
Yeah, that was a good try there. Definitely trying to do something that's going to allow him to farm up just a little bit. He needs whatever space and breathe room he can get to get his GPM back up. He's still not even hitting 300, so that's looking kind of grim for him there in the bot lane. They really need him to get big so he can start to stick to the back line and do damage.
Ryzen better be careful here. We got Bo taking this northern observatory and then taking the bottom one too. Bo's just Tang's just waiting in the bush there as Ryzen rotates mid, possibly trying to either A, get this turret, or gank Hale. Looks like they're just going to try to get the turret and push it out a little bit. And Tang looks like he's really confused as what he wants to do. But looks like we got a rotation here from Vermilion and Vex to this mid lane, as well as we've got 3 on Kaizen. Tang comes in, gets the stun off, but Ray gets the stun off on Hale before he can do anything. The polymorph here comes in from Ryzen as Hogan gets taken down by Kiwi Dude. Oh man, and you got Gulliver getting taken down here by Yesios, and Kiwi Dude picks up double kill on Ryzen.
So RNR has that breathe room to farm up top, but right now they're going to get the mid tower for mid power top, or tier 3 top lane. So really good play there. They might even get a double tower, which will be huge for Senpai.
One important thing to note here is that Senpai has yet to be killed. They're looking really, really strong.
If they can get up there and defend that tier 2 top lane, that's going to be an extremely good trade for them. And they are. They're just going to back off as soon as they realize that the mid lane was rotating up for them. Really good plays by Senpai. Multiple kills, 2 towers, and they only lost 1 tower in return. So, really impressive play so far in this early game.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at the GPM graphs, Tang on his bow, he's got the highest GPM on the team, with Vermilion following close second. Minerva's starting to pick back up here a little bit. Looks like Artemis is just trying to catch up a little bit to Ryzen. And looks like Team Kaizen is just really leveling out here around the lower 400s. Looks like Minerva here was engaging on Ryzen, and here comes Kiwi Dude on Vex. Looks like they're just basically going to pick up the kill quite easily here in combination with Vex's ultimate and Vex's shield on Minerva. But it looks like here we got a gank getting ready to set up in the mid lane. We've got Ryzen and Hogan sitting in this bush pretty much waiting. It looks like the fight just really didn't pan out for them, as Please is just going straight for Baldir. Baldir goes down, and it looks like mid lane Kaizen is just going to try to answer to this with the turret, but I don't think they're going to be able to kill it that fast, as Vex runs them off. Kiwi Dude too scary. Here comes Tang on bow. He pops the Wind Rush. Doesn't really get there in time though, but all's fair. They pushed him off the turret successfully.
So that's interesting to see Claudessa picking up the Wind Rush there. It's definitely a good item and never bad to pick it up. You normally see Claudessas working on building Everwinter Charm first and then into damage, but I can definitely see the usefulness of the Wind Rush.
Looks like Please is trying to set up a little bit of a gank here, but it seems that Kaizen knows what's going on, hanging out in that bottom bush instead. Looks like Aranar is going to be rotating top to just answer for this Vermilion just straight out pushing. Pick up some GPM. Oh man, it looks like they want to fight here. Here comes Tang, gets the stun off on Mantikias and runs him straight into the wall, but it looks like Hogan gets that stun off just in time. Looks like Mantikias is running the wrong direction, sir. You want to go back to your base instead of away from it.
Yeah, at this point he was caught out, he knew it, so it's better off to just make him waste time and chase him versus...
Oh man, a fight breaking out here. Gulliver gets his ultimate off, but I don't think it's going to be able to do anything. Looks like we got Gulliver just going down right here. We got Tang low, we got Yesios low, and he gets away, but Tang does go down. Looks like that's the first death for Senpai Please all game. Picked up by Aranar. What's interesting to see here is, you know, after all of this 4v4 mid, and Please is just winning every trade, you know, minus that one. They did trade evenly there, but I don't know. I think Ryzen needs to be careful in this bot lane, as Artemis is getting quite large.
Yeah, Artemis is just trying to make the best of his bad early game by just sitting up there and kind of farming, which he's doing a good job. He's staying relatively safe, not dying, trying to get whatever brawler kills he can get at this point.
Alright, it looks like Please is just kind of looking for their next gank. I think they need to start focusing on possibly pushing these turrets out. It seems that Kaizen is wising up a little bit here and starting to really play as a team and rotate together. Looks like
this is where they're strong at, is these good four-man roams. They're really decisive in what they want to do. They haven't played in a little while, so knocking the rust off is their top priority, which is why they set up this.
Looks like Sentinaka is going to just go for this Baldir here. We got Artemis and Kiwi Dude, not Artemis, sorry, Yesios and Kiwi Dude helping out as well. Looks like in the bottom lane.
Good rotation. That was really a free Baldir at this point. They just got to be a little careful. This is going to be a 4v4 in the mid lane. looks like they're just going to back out.
Yeah, it looks like actually it's going to be a 3v4 as Sentinaka is just heading back to base. He's now coming back. It looks like Hale's getting knocked down, but he gets away. And I don't think it's really going to go anywhere for anybody here, as Senpai Please just walks away from that one.
So overall, that was really a good fight for Please, even though they didn't get anything out of it. What they did was they had the Trixie roam up, which allowed Artemis to just get that free farm for the entire time without taking a death. So that was a really big win there for Senpai.
So look at the mid-game items here a little bit. It looks like Ryzen has picked up Rune Boots, Crystalline Shiv, and his Cleric Chalice. Looks like his next item is going to be that Grimoire. Aranar and Featherstone obviously has Fervor Boots and his Frost Prism. Let's see what he picks up next. Before we keep going, here comes Tang coming in on Hogan here. Looks like Hogan can't even get away as Yesios just basically cleans him up with one swift swipe of his sword. Gulliver on Bastion has his Rocket Boots. He's got his Elder Stone charged up completely. As well as, I don't know, what is he building here? I mean, he's got his Dampening Cloak.
Oh, he's going to pick up a...
Mantekias getting caught out bottom. I don't think he can really get away from this, and he goes down. Yesios picks up another kill as Ryzen comes into the fray, and I don't think he was really expecting to get turned on that easily. And Ryzen goes down as well.
So one of the strats right here for Kaizen is they're just letting R&R just free farm top. They realized that their laning phase wasn't that strong, so they really need to get R&R a little bigger. So that's why they're letting them just AFK farm top while they try to make some sort of plays in the mid game here with everyone else. But it's not working out for them. Hopefully the farm on R&R
fight coming in here. Gulliver goes in on Tang, but I think Tang just really knew it was coming. The damage is just really coming out from Senpai Please as Gulliver on Bastion is just trying to walk away from this, but Kiwi Dude says no sir, no mercy, and Tang gets the kill on Hogan as well, and PLS picks up the Sindara kill, and now they have Danky Kang to start pushing that mid lane for them.
I'm really impressed by Senpai's rotations here. They're doing a great job. And the whole time they were allowing Artemis to pretty much farm as much as possible and do kind of the same thing that Kaizen was doing, realizing they had a bad early game, so they were letting R&R just AFK farm top. Well, Artemis was doing the same thing. As you can see, as on his GPM now, he's sitting at 440, which is going to be really good for them going into the late game because every other lane was winning on top of it.
Alright, here comes a push from the middle lane. It looks like they're going to four-man push this with wow, I'm blanking. With Krytos, sorry, I kept wanting to say Kongor, but I knew that one wasn't right. It looks like Artemis here on Minerva is going to start rotating after pushing this top lane a little bit to try to get the momentum going. Let's see what they do here. Are they going to wait for Artemis a little bit, or are they going to start going ham without him? Looks like they're just going to kind of go without him as Krytos jumps in, starts beating down this Generator. Generator now not active, Ryzen here on the side, trying to do something, but just really can't. Looks like Krytos is going down, main focus from Team Kaizen, as Mantekias goes in and really starts taking it to Senpai Please. But Mantekias goes down, Senpai Please just walks away. And Yesios, man, getting away with just a sliver of HP along with Kiwi Dude.
Overall, I would say that was a successful hold-off. By Kaizen's part, they're able to get Krytos down, only take about half damage on the gen. So they made the best of a bad situation. Obviously, anything better would have been a wipe to wipe Senpai, but walking away with only one death and not losing a gen was definitely a win as well.
No, man, looks like Tang was just kind of getting into it a little bit with Ryzen, and Ryzen said, please no. Shoot him with the laser, and Tang just walks away.
Let's see here, because I know this is one of Kaizen's stronger suits, is kind of, they're used to winning their lanes, but they're also really good at these mid-game rotations. So let's see what they do. See if they can clean up some of these plays and get catches they need to come back into this game.
Looks like Mantequillas here is going to take this Wardstone, as Tang is just hiding out in this bush here, and Please just starts rotating bottom. But I don't think they really expected anything to really happen from this, as Kiwi Dude goes back mid lane. But I mean, here it looks like a fight can start breaking out here at this Wardstone. This Tang is just playing with them. Playing with their food. Aranar goes in, tries to get Tang a little bit, shoots him a couple times. Tang jumps away with the rocket boots. Oh, Mantequillas gets caught out here, and I think they're just basically going to take him down for free, as he overcommitted with his rocket boots as well. That's one of the dangerous things, guys, of trying to initiate. You may initiate too hard, and your team isn't there to back you up.
Yeah, I didn't like that play. I feel like that was a mistake, mainly because even if he did pull something off there, his team wasn't close enough to actually follow up, so the disengage could have happened without using too many cooldowns. But instead, he just pays for his life there with the over-aggressive playstyle.
Oh man, Ryzen going in on Yesios here. Yesios just basically jumps away and says goodbye. See you later, not right now. Team Kaizen hiding out of this bush here. I think they're just trying to really figure out and formulate what they want to do next.
Yeah, in the meantime, they're going to lose this bot lane, but it looks like they're going to try to return with a mid lane kill here.
The only issue with that, man, is trading that tier 1 for a tier 2.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good trade, but right now Kaizen's trying to get all the gold they can on the map. And
looks like a fight is engaging as Yesios jumps in. Gulliver goes back in, tries to get the stun on Yesios, as Tang just basically annihilates Hogan off the face of the map. So it's a difficult thing, and I think Kaizen is just trying to handle this because Senpai Please is just really looking strong right now. I mean, Senpai Please, they got Vermilion and Minerva taking this bottom lane as Kaizen tried taking that middle turret, and they just got turned on. And it looks like Aranar here picks up the kill against Kiwi Dude, and Artemis says, you know what, this is for killing Kiwi Dude, and punches him straight in the face. Yeah, looks like a fight breaking out mid lane as well, as Tang stuns Mantequillas and Ryzen, and Santaka picks up the kills, double kill here after landing his ultimate on both of them as well.
Artemis is hitting that point where he's going to be scary. He's going to be scary for any backline of Team Kaizen. So they need to start. I actually don't know what Kaizen can do at this point besides trying to get picks. They're losing a lot of these fights. Just straight up and up 3v3. So I feel like they need to get some picks to actually make something happen.
Yeah. Well, Kiwi Dude just ports straight in as they take the generator, and Bastion, Gulliver on Bastion is just sitting there trying to defend as much as he can. Luckily, he gets away with his life, but they still lose the generator, and that's a hefty sum of gold straight to Senpai Please's pocket, which are already just overflowing. And to add insult to injury, they're just going to pick up this Baldir real quick and bag some more cash. And we see here that it looks like Artemis just picked up his Inferno brand. It's heading straight for him right now.
See, I feel like Kaizen got the comp that they wanted for sure coming into this game, so it's not like they were outpicked. They definitely got the heroes that everyone feels comfortable on. So it's not a matter of their picks in this. It's just Team Kaizen wasn't able to execute their strategy properly, or the strategy that they wanted to do with the double luster Ray push mid lane. They're actually losing fights and being pushed back themselves.
Oh man, looks like Tang is just basically holding off this force of Kaizen by himself, just hanging out as Sindara comes back up. Looks like Gulliver and Tang just want to dance a little bit. Gulliver says, okay, fine. Just backs away, tries to get this mid lane farm, doesn't want to lose it to a turret. it looks like, honestly, Senpai Please wants to make a play for the Sindar, either by baiting it or actually doing it themselves, as Tang pops his W, try to get them, but just runs away instead, as all 5 of Team Kaizen are there, while Artemis Minerva is just pushing top by himself. And he's pushing fairly quickly now that he's got that Inferno brand. Team Kaizen starts retreating back to try to defend this top generator, as the rest of Senpai Please takes that advantage to get Sindar down for another Danky Kang. Poor Sindara, man, sitting there all alone, chilling out, minding her own business, and Senpai Please just says, nope, not today. Takes her out in a few short seconds. Artemis really didn't do that much damage to the generator, so we'll count that as a small victory for Team Kaizen here. But I think Team Kaizen is they're just slowly bleeding out this game.
Yeah, all the gold that's on the map is really getting sucked up by Senpai. As you can see, everyone on their team is above 500 GPM, and Kaizen's barely pushing 400. So I think the only thing that Kaizen can do is just really get a good fight, either at Cindy and try to turn it, or fight underneath Gen. At this point, there's no outer towers, so letting them get Cindy and fighting underneath it is going to be hard for him because of the power level of Senpai Please Notice Me. Yeah.
I think another thing here, to Senpai's credit, I see all too often a lot of teams, once they start getting the lead, they think that they can just brute force their way into the base, and that's not necessarily the case, especially when playing against, a powerful team such as Kaizen. But Senpai is really making sure that they're playing strategically and taking advantage of every situation to ensure that they have the advantage. It looks like Tang here is going to go in, pull Mantikias out, and he gets annihilated. They use a lot of ultimates to kill him, though, as Gulliver here is getting caught out, too. They try to take out Krytos here as he finally goes down, but just a little short too late, man. I don't know here. Generator's going to go down. The only one left standing, the only ones left standing is Hogan on Ray and Ryzen on Trixie, as Trixie was trying to defend top against this Minerva.
Yeah, there's some really long respawn timers here. Senpai can definitely end it here, and it looks like they're going to. GG, Senpai, please notice me.
Yep, GG. Let's talk about this post-game a little bit here.
Yeah, that was really good performance by Senpai Please Notice Me. They took advantage of their strong points on the team. They have pretty decent mid and top lanes, and they're definitely able to take advantage of Kaizen's mid and top lane, while Artemis was just trying to survive bot lane. He didn't lose too much. He only lost the bot tower, but I felt like one of the strats that they could have used was Ryzen just continuing to push against them and make them respond. So I'm really interested going into this game what the bans and picks are going to be, knowing that Team Glory has a pretty decent champion pool. Team Glory being Senpai Please Notice Me. They were able to get their comfort picks going against Team Kaizen. So both teams got exactly what they wanted going into this game, or into the last game. So I wonder if Team Kaizen is going to pull out some sort of strat to try to pick some of those heroes that they play that they're also good at and use it against them. Like, in all honesty, I would be scared of the bow at this point. I wouldn't let Senpai Please Notice Me grab that bow. And I know that Mantikias plays a pretty decent bow, so picking that up might be a good strat as well.
Looks like the only one we're waiting on now is Mantakias to join this.
Wow, what a great audience.
All right, let's pull up Strife Drafter and see what happens.
Yes, it works. Alright, so I have Strife Drafter up now.
All right, so let's see what picks and bans come out. I'm really excited. I feel like there's a lot of picks and bans that can be used since both teams are pretty versatile. I would say, in all honesty, besides Ryzen bot lane, Senpai Please Notice Me probably has more versatility to their lineup. So I'm really curious to see what they would run against Senpai Please Notice Me to have a little bit more lane aggression and accomplish their overall goals.
Not sure exactly what's going on here. I know that Gulliver DC'd, so he's probably coming back in here. So far on this poll here, it looks like 69% of people think that Senpai Please is going to take game 2, with 31% for Team Kaizen. And as I say that, it's changing more in Senpai Please's favor. The Senpai hype is real right now.
I know that a lot of people really like Senpai Please Notice Me, and they played in the same bracket as we did, TDx, and they were a good team against us too. So I definitely am in agreement with everybody that I thought the C bracket had the strongest competition in the SPL. So it's really interesting to see how Senpai Please Notice Me is pairing up against the ranked 1 bracket or B bracket winner and the team that has won multiple Strife HQ tournaments.
So were you watching any of the in-houses today?
No, I was at work, but it looks like a lot of people are showing up for those, and they've been very successful. Team captain of Team Dynamics, Lakota, has been putting on the show for that, and it looks like the turnout's doing pretty well with multiple people showing up and getting practice and getting exposure, and a lot of people are learning different players and what they're strong at. I think it's going to be good for the community. There's definitely some talent showing up in those in-houses to form a pretty decent team going into season 2 of the SPL, with the fact that there's now the Challenger Series, where the top 2 Challenger teams at the end of the series have an opportunity to play against the bottom 2 pro teams, for their chance to be into the pro bracket. So if you're new out there, you're not on a team, I definitely check that out. Start forming a team, get some practice in, and you guys will have a chance to play in
Wow, what a great audience.
the next season 3 pro league.
Oh, it's Gulliver had a Windows update. He set it for 4 hours, and 4 hours later he got wrecked by Windows update.
Wow, what a great audience.
Again, guys, I appreciate all the follows. Every little bit helps, and I know Lakes understands this too as a streamer. You know, the best thing is people returning to your stream. It's not about the money. It's not about any of that. It's about entertaining.
Wow, what a great audience. Wow, what a great audience.
Are they remaking?
Yeah, they had to remake because when Gulliver disconnected, one of the spectators got host, and I guess one of the spectators that got host was AFK.
Wow, what a great audience.
SMD, I will entertain you till the night's end.
Yeah, I'm really excited to switch back to Twitch and start streaming there again. Our Hitbox experiment was good. They have a good community and support staff, but I feel like Twitch overall is the better decision for serious business and myself streaming on it. So I'm really excited that everyone showed up today and showing their support. Hopefully game 2 is a good game, and I'm just happy that another team is showing up and showing face against Kaizen and giving them a run for their money and actually winning.
Wow, what a great audience.
Nick, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm stuffing my face with potato chips.
Nice. At least you're looking out for your body. I'm proud of you.
Alright, looks like the first band is Moxie. Second band is Rook, so basically the same bands as before.
Yeah, Moxie has a really good team fight presence, and I didn't expect anything different per se. It looks like they had the answer for the Bastion, so letting the Bastion go through.
Oh, man.
Top priority.
Bastion gets picked up by Senpai Please here. And yeah, they're basically trading picks right now.
Wow, so Senpai Please Notice Me is getting exactly what they want. Tang plays a decent Bastion. I think his bow's better. So hopefully he can prove himself on this Bastion pickup.
Got the Vermilion pickup there for Aranar. Featherstone pickup for Satan.
At this point in time, yeah, I was going to say I expect Kaizen to pick up the Vex here.
Yeah.
The Vex Firm's a strong lane. It's also equally as strong versus the Bastion Featherstone. So I think that was a really good pick there.
I'm still praying for a Shank pick somewhere. Ray gets picked up by Senpai Please. I think we're going to see a Malady pickup, maybe.
I think everyone in this chat probably knows my opinion on Malady.
I think so too. But let's ask, what's your opinion on Malady?
I just feel like Malady's kit, she's effective, but she was kind of designed to be that 100-0 type pick. And I feel like other heroes do quite a bit as well as far as utility. And one item in the game completely negates majority of Malady's burst. So I feel like the Malady pick can be better suited for another hero. I mean, it's not a bad pick by no means, but I just don't like it in many lanes. I feel like in laning phase, you can pick something a little stronger. It does more in laning phase and then does about the same thing in team fight in later game.
Claudessa getting picked up again by Kaizen. It's interesting to see, because I don't think, unless...
I think this is going to be a Claudessa bot lane.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I think it might be a Bow bot lane.
I mean, it's going to be interesting, because, you know, Mantikias played Claudessa last match, and he didn't really look too hot going into that. A lot of misplays, in my personal opinion. So if he goes back on that Claudessa, he needs to step it up a little bit. But again, shaking the rust.
I know that Ryzen plays a lot of Bow, and he's been very successful at it. So I think it might be a Bow or Claudessa bot lane. I'm leaning a little more towards the Bow, though. And once again, Senpai Please Notice Me is picking up comfort picks and leaving that bot lane pickup right now. I'm interested to see what they're going to run. I wouldn't be surprised if it was another Minerva pickup.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. But I'm rooting for a Shank pickup, bottom lane.
I don't think we're going to see a Shank pickup here.
Don't crush my dreams.
I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to be realistic. I think that's the second time in 2-day period that I've said that to you.
Probably. I get that a lot. I dream big.
Yeah, you know, if you shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon.
Exactly.
So just keep on doing it, babe.
Exactly. As long as my mom says that I'm special and I have good opinions and ideas.
It'd be really bad if your mom didn't help, support you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I keep saying this. Oh! Tang picks up Shank. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Artemis coming in with the Shank.
Someone
is watching the stream.
I told you. Senpai, please. Makes my day. Makes my day. Make my day, Senpai, please.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be a Carter pickup for Hogan. They're going to run the Claudessa, Carter mid lane, Bow bottom with the Vex Firm top, I think is what Kaizen's going to run here. And then you're going to get the Ray Hail lane with the Shank bottom and the Bash and Featherstone top. So a lot of kill potential coming out from Senpai Please Notice Me.
I mean, just look at that. Look, just the Shank pickup right there. It's legendary. I mean, what more can you ask for?
So there's question in the chat. I think some people don't think Shank can beat Bo in the bot lane, and I definitely think that you can. Shank can definitely beat the Bo in the bot lane. Absolutely. He has so much slow, and he has the speed buff for himself and the slow. He has the ability to out-trade the Bo pre-6 for sure.
Man, I don't know what this game wants me to do. They're recommending that I pick Claudessa, and I just can't.
Yeah, I think Dorkamus Prime's input is very important. Because maybe he's right. Maybe Shank just gets demolished by Bo, but I think pre-6, Shank has the edge.
Oh man, he doesn't have the awesome Shank skin, the pink one. That's the best skin.
Oh, that's okay.
That's the best recolor, rather.
So Protag, the expert Shank player, I think first 5-star Shank said that the matchup is actually pretty even.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, we got Senpai Please in the bottom left here. Let's go through the roll call. We've got Yesioso on Hale with a Bounder pickup. We've got Kiwi Dude on Featherstone with Bounder as well. We got Sentanaka on Ray with Mystic. We've got Tang on Bastion with Tops. And last but not least, we've got Artemis on Shank with Pincer. Kaizen at the top right here. We got Hogan on Carter with Bounder. We've got Mantikias on Vex with Luster. We've got Aranar on Vermilion with Razor. We've got Gulliver on Bow with Pincer. And at the bottom lane, we've got Ryzen, the Armless Wonder Claudessa with Tortoise pickup. What do you think about that, Tortoise?
On Claudessa?
Yes.
I think it's a useful pet for sure, because Claudessa wants to be in the fight, and you'll see a lot of Tortoises pick up on like secondary tanks or the hard initiators. So it's not bad. I personally don't like running Tortoise on Claudessa, but it can be extremely useful, especially in the fights in lane.
So it was previously being discussed in chat, the matchup of Shank versus Bow, but it looks like it's going to be Shank versus Claudessa. What do we think about that matchup?
I still think it's relatively even in terms of the matchup itself. Claudessa does have the heal, so a little bit more sustain in lane, plus the Tortoise. I don't expect Claudessa to die. I think that Claudessa is just going to sit in the bot lane, sustain up, try to get as much farm as possible, and just be a huge front line for Team Kaizen.
I like this comment from Swan 2014, Creeps win versus Shank. So much Shank hate. Well, it was a pretty uneventful early pre-wave there, as Senpai Please was trying to do something, but it really didn't do anything. Alright, let's see.
So I stand corrected there, because I thought that they were going to run the Fetter Bastion, but it looks like they're just going to run the Ray Bastion, which is pretty common as well. Those guys run the Ray top lane quite a bit, so it's not uncommon for them. They're still on their comfort pick.
Looks like Kiwi Dude's laying on the damage a little bit to Hogan there. Oh no, this is going to be an interesting mid lane. That's a lot of harass coming out from Hogan and Gulliver. As it looks like Artemis and Ryzen are trading shots here. Mantikias picks up first blood against Tang. Totally missed that, and I do apologize for that, guys.
Yeah, Bastion got a really good stun off, but Ray was out of position to follow up on anything, so Team Kaizen was actually able to get a really good slow chain on him and get the kill.
As Mantikias turns a little bit on Naka here. Don't think they'll be able to get him as he just backs up to the turret. But Aranar does hit him with that cheese shot. Mid lane here, it looks like Gulliver is trying to run away here. He pops Pincer. Walks away, tosses that bow staff, pretty much misses. As we got
I
in
really
the bot.
do like the bow Carter lane quite a bit. It's it has a lot of poke potential and kill potential, especially at 6. But both teams do as well. So I think it's really about that Carter staying safe, farming up, getting some poke out, and not taking any in return, because he definitely has the range advantage.
Stun goes out on Aranar, and it looks like Tang kind of wants to go in, breathes fire, and then just basically gets poked down by both Mantikias and Aranar. Mid lane, it looks like Gulliver and Hogan are just trying to chill back, farm a little bit, hit them with the harass from long range. Not a bad strategy, especially with that comp. And Ryzen looking to pick up the kill here on Artemis, hits him with the pull, but Artemis just runs away with his shout. Looks like top lane Aranar's taking quite a bit of damage, but I don't think Tang is really in any position to follow up as his HP is just too low.
Yeah, so they definitely went with the bread and butter picks in the top with the Vex Firm. That's one of Manti's big comfort picks, and I feel like it's probably his strongest hero.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I know that Manti has been practicing a lot of Claudessa and using Claudessa a lot, but still, I do agree that Vex is definitely his strongest. Honestly, it's just... they're really just trading back and forth, but Ryzen has a massive wave bottom lane. Trying to get a little bit damage here on the turret, but I don't think that's really going to happen too much. But Artemis better be careful here because he is low. Oh, looks like Yesios comes in on Gulliver because Gulliver and Hogan take out... wow, I'm totally blanking.
Kiwi Dude.
Kiwi Dude,
Better.
thank you. They take out Kiwi Dude.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to see a closer match here, and the fact that they're already able to start getting kills in that mid lane with the Bo Carter. And Carter scales very well into late game. With Claudessa just getting free farm, she's just going to become extremely huge.
Looks like we got a lane swap here as Kiwi Dude and Yesios go top, and we've got Tang and Naka going middle.
So I really agree with the lane swap. I feel like if they can catch Carter, Carter just is going to die between the bursts that they have with the Bastion Ray.
Let's see here, middle lane. Tang tries to go in on Hogan, misses his stun, as Gulliver is just going to try to get his W off. He does get it on Naka, but not before Bastion was able to put that shield out there. As looks like Artemis is going in, trying to 1v1 Ryzen here, and Ryzen's just saying, okay, come on, bring it on, sir. But I don't think anything's coming of it. Mid lane here again. Tang misses his stun on Hogan. Let's see if Gulliver can pick up the stun. He also misses it because of the slow and the stun from Ray. Top lane again. Looking like they're just trying to whittle down Senpai Please, but Aranar took quite a bit of turret damage. Definitely a mistake there. Gets the cheese shot on Hale, gets a couple nice hits. Sorry, go for it.
I think at 6, this Hale Featherstone has a really strong all-in potential versus the Vex Firm. The Vex actually has to watch his positioning, because more than likely he's going to shield the Verm when Hale ults, which then the Verm's going to be able to ult out as well. But the only problem is he has to watch his positioning so he doesn't get hail ulted and turned on. Once
Yeah,
that
you don't want to turn on hail. I like how you didn't say anything about that, Lakes.
Oh yeah.
Do not dignify that with a response.
Nope. Silence is the best.
Alright, looks like Ryzen still... It's just the sustain from Ryzen's Claudessa is pretty strong.
Yeah, I feel like Senpai Please Notice Me is going to have a harder time in this game because their lanes aren't winning out, and Ryzen actually is winning bot lane once again.
Yep, here come the shots from Hogan as he steals that. 360 no-scope stolen, and he just walks away, man. Doesn't even care. So, we got Gulliver coming in trying to get the stun here. Doesn't really go on his target, which was sent knock on Ray. Looks like he takes quite a bit of damage in return in response to that. As far as the whole luster thing being referred to in chat, Kaizen has been dabbling with using luster, mostly because of the gold pickup. They've been testing it out because they believe that the gold benefit is much better in the long run.
I also think that they believe they're
Gulliver gets ulted on, gets stunned on by Bastion as he takes him out.
Oh,
Tang just annihilates it as Hogan is just running away here. Good pickup by Tang and Sent Naka.
So Kaizen feels like their lanes will win regardless of what pets they run, so they might as well just pick up the gold advantage, and that definitely wasn't the case last game, which is why I don't see them running it again.
Looks like Kaizen just picks up this turret up top as Yesios tries going in, but Aranar just pops the razor decoy and takes positional advantage. But I don't know, man. Yesios gets away with the skin of his teeth. Oh, Mentakias gets the slow, but I don't know if it's going to do much, as Kiwi Dude is just trying to get away now and body blocking. They get away, luckily. I think mid lane is the next target for Team Kaizen. As Ryzen again is just battling Artemis and whittling him down slowly but surely.
I don't see Kaizen leaving this top lane. I think they're going to keep R&R up there to just farm, and then use the Vex ult to try to power play some of these lanes. They're definitely winning out on the 2v2, so that's why I don't think they plan on roam. Because all the lanes are winning for Team Kaizen currently.
Oh man, shots fired middle. Tries to take out Sentinaka on Ray, but I don't think they can do it. As Hogan is just shooting blindly, trying to find where he's recalling. But Tang is smart. Tang knows what's up, body blocks for him.
Oh, top lane, R&R goes down.
Yeah, gets taken out by Yesios, as Kiwi Dude is pretty low too. Mantakias just walking away. Bastion mid trying to defend against Hogan and Gulliver here. Bastion gets the stun on Hogan. Here comes the Ray stun. Ray stun comes out. Hogan just rocket boots away and then Bounder's away as well. So Bounder is now down for Hogan, but he gets away. Oh, looks like we got Ryzen here on Claudessa trying to make a play here. Let's see what happens, but I don't know. I think he just showed himself, and he's heading right back bottom saying, oh, okay. Oops, my bad. So it looks like here that Artemis on Shank is maxing his Frenzy first, then his Ground Pound, and then Jailbreak. Probably maxing the Frenzy in order to maximize trade potential against Ryzen's Claudessa here.
Yeah, because they're both kind of that melee, I feel like that's a better route to go. Now, if he was playing against Shank versus someone ranged, then he may want to put a couple more points into his W there, but decent spec versus the person he's playing against.
Oh man, stun goes off on Gulliver here, as Tang tries to get positional advantage to get that stun off, but Gulliver just jumps away with that rocket boots. Ryzen and Artemis getting into it here at bottom lane. Going shot for shot. Artemis decides to back off though, As top lane, Aranar and Mantikias are just really taking it to Yesios and Kiwi, dude. And middle lane, again, all these fights breaking out, but nothing's really happening. Oh man, top lane Kiwi dude almost gets taken out by Mantikias and Aranar. Gets away. Pops that health pot. Chills underneath the turret. Alright, here comes Mantikias and Aranar trying to get this turret down. Yesios comes in. Tries to get the slow on Aranar. He jumps forward, gets the stun out as Tang comes in and helps clean up the kills with Kiwi dude. Mantikias is saying, oh no, I do not want any of this. He runs his skinny lizard butt out of there. Tower destroyed also, and Tang picks up the kill on Mantikias as the mid tower gets taken down by Gulliver and Hogan.
Yes, I don't know if that was the best trade in the world. They're trying to take advantage of what they can, but with losing the mid tower for 2 kills, I'd say that's an even trade there for Kaizen.
The map advantage that Kaizen just opened up is great. They now have taken out all tier 1 turrets. And here we got the Mantikias ulti coming down, as well as Hogan coming in with his Carter. Mantikias picks up the kill, and you see what that just did right there. Kaizen just basically had an open lane to just come bottom and get that gank off quite easily without being seen. As Tang is just trying to defend against this, but he just can't. There's just too much potential. Yep.
Hopefully they apply a little pressure in this top lane and return a tower for tower there. It's definitely not worth the tier 2 bot lane, but it's definitely something.
To answer your question, Artemis did not skip his ultimate on Shank. He did grab it. Bastion taking a lot of damage here as Ryzen just pops that Everwinter Charm and just auto-attacks. Top lane here, it looks like Kiwi Dude and Yesios are trying to damage the turret, but they really don't do much at all.
Yeah, around level 9, Firm has a really good wave clear, so it's really hard to take the tower down without actually killing him.
Looks like Kaizen is just going to try to take this Baldir, but looks like Senpai Please is saying not without a fight. As Tang comes in, tries to get some damage out on Bo, but Gulliver jumps in, gets that stun, pulls the ultimate, pulls Yesios as well into the fray. Yesios gets a nice ultimate off on Kaizen in response to that, as Hogan says, eat the rocket to the face and annihilates Tang. And it looks like Kiwi Dude's going to get taken out here, and poor lowly Shank is just pushing bottom lane. It was a really good pickup.
Was a really good fight. Gulliver got a huge ultimate there. He didn't stun against the wall, but he pulled back 2 targets that they're able to immediately explode. Just really good fight for him.
Yeah.
Multiple kills, Baldir.
Mantikias ulting bottom just to defend. Yeah, it was a good trade. It was a good thing that Kaizen was able to blow them up because, you know, Gulliver pulled them towards them, didn't get that stun off, so Yesios was like, okay, thank you, and popped the ultimate real quick on Hale. But all in all, a good trade either way.
Yeah, Kaizen definitely has the power spike here, so I feel like what Senpai Please Notice Me, what they need to do is still keep their lanes pushed to the best of their ability, farm the jungle, and try to get some pick. Because right now, Kaizen's just a lot stronger in the numbers game.
Oh, Shank ulti comes off and hits Hogan. Hogan jumps away with the rock boots and then Bounder. As Hogan drops his ultimate, tries to get on a Tang. Gulliver is going to get caught out here a little bit, trying to defend his Hogan. But Ryzen comes in and is just basically saying, enjoy the burn, feel the pain, and takes out Kiwi Dude and is trying to finish off Artemis here on Shank. Tang goes down, gets taken out by Mantikias, and overall a great team fight for Team Kaizen here. Picking up 2 and losing none. As we got Aranar just pushing top against Yesios.
Yeah, he's building that attack speed to get more W procs in, which is really good at pushing the wave. So it's a different strat. I've seen it run multiple times on other players. Getting the Zealot's Blade first. There's definitely some trade-offs, but I feel like if he's going for like a farm just kind of sit there farming against 2 people, then the speed pickup is a lot better.
Looks like Kaizen is going to make a play for this top tower. It's already pretty much low, because of Aranar's superior pushing ability, and just pretty much only defending against Yesios, and I don't think really Hale has anything to say against a Vermilion with that much attack speed. The wave clear is just so strong, as they're just going to push straight up into this generator. Ryzen heals himself up for quite a bit. Mantikias is bottom lane, obviously sitting in this bush, waiting to ulti in. Here comes the ulti as Yesios gets the stun off, takes out Ryzen. Here goes down Kiwi Dude, as well as Tang. Mantikias goes down in the fight as well. Ray gets a triple kill. Aranar gets a double kill. And looks like Kaizen just lost that team fight, probably due to just fighting under generator. It may have just been a little bit too cocky.
I would say that the big turning point in that fight was that Hale was actually able to get in. When he stopped Bo in the middle of his stun, so he had to spring boot in just to ultimate. So that was a really big play to kind of stop Bo from getting the stun engage that he needed. And I think that actually won them the team fight there.
Yeah, that definitely did come up big, as looks like Senpai PLS is making a play for this Baldir. And I don't think Kaizen has anything to say about it too, because they're all positioned towards Sindara. The only person close to that is Artemis, and he's starting to back off himself. And it looks like Kaizen is just going to take the Sindara, as Gulliver is going to try to take that Ward Stone away from them. Mantikias and Aranar are doing pretty good work, but it looks like they need just a little bit more help to take that down quicker. And this is a decent trade in favor of Kaizen.
Yeah, very free Sindara there. They realized how many people were still top after that fight and kind of pushing the wave, that they could just rotate instantly over there and take it with all 5 members.
Looks like Danky Kang is going to be pushing mid here. I guess they're going to try to get this generator, as Team Kaizen already has top lane and bottom lane pushing in for them, but Yesios is going to try to get the momentum moving in his favor in this top lane. They switched it up, so Kratos is now pushing top, and looks like Team Kaizen is going to possibly try to gank Yesios here, but he's just too aware of what's going on and decides to back off, realizes that there are too many missing on the map.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, for them to win another fight, they have to execute properly. What will help is them actually getting a really good hook on one of their carries prior to Monkey actually touching the generator.
Looks
if they
like
can get a hook and instantly blow them up, I think they're going to be in a really good spot to defend against Kratos.
Looks like Senpai PLS is sitting in the bush here trying to catch somebody out. Gulliver, man, he's an unsuspecting cow just walking back and forth, but I don't think they necessarily want to go in on him. They're going to wait for him to hit the bush, and here come the stuns, and he just gets basically taken out. Pops the rocket boots, but sorry, too little, too late.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a wasted Monkey here. I think they're going to be able to defend against this fairly well.
Yeah, they're not even waiting for it to hit the generator. They're just basically taking it out, and Kaizen's going to concede it to them because they can't say anything about it.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Senpai. They kind of knew that Bo was going to go for a flank engage, because it's a lot easier for Bo to get the stuns and his ultimate off from the side, where he won't get insta-stunned when he jumps in front of everybody. So they were kind of banking on that, and that's how they were able to pick him up right off the bat. So really good play there by Senpai.
I think right now Kaizen is just trying to figure out what they want to do next. As Senpai PLS is just farming these lanes up. Mantikias is back at base, but he's kind of just waiting in the wings to try to get a good ultimate off, pushing his split pushing his lanes whenever needed.
Yeah, the pick potential from Senpai is really strong with the Shank. They have the ability to blow up any target that they hook. But overall, as the game gets later and later, I definitely give the edge towards Team Kaizen, team top here.
especially since they're going for all the global gold they can, picking up this Baldir as soon as it comes back up, because they know exactly what's up here. If they're just going to be pushing against Senpai Please and they're going to be waiting in their base, then they have free reign over anything on the map.
It looks like they're trying to go for a pick themselves, kind of waiting here, looking for someone to clear this top lane. And they're smartly backing around through base, not running through the jungle. So really good positioning there by Senpai.
Yeah.
They just need to watch out for the flank.
Kaizen also needs to be careful of this mine that's just sitting there right now. Ray's smart enough to be placing these mines as scouting wards as well. Any little bit helps. Kaizen better set up a tent. They're camping hard in that bush. As Aranar looks like he's going to want to walk through that mine and get seen.
Yeah, I think Senpai is very aware of them possibly bush camping in high ground, and they definitely don't want to face check that with anybody on their team.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. There's no Baldir. There's no Sindara. So where could they be? You know? Either A, farming...
Yeah, Fetter's getting that free farm bottom too, which has really helped out his GPM there.
Yeah. Looks like Kaizen's going to say, alright, we're a little bit bored here, and take those elders.
As well, there's not a whole lot of risk there. Just picking up the free gold, kind of still in the same spot they were.
Exactly. Artemis, man, he's positioning himself appropriately here. Gonna try to pick somebody off and pull them as far behind these generators as possible so they have to take the long way around. But Kaizen just gives up. They decide to pack it in. They've done enough camping for today. Looks like Kaizen's going to try to make a play for Sindari here, as Senpai Please is just hanging around this top and middle generator. Looks like Kaizen is going to be pushing out bottom lane in order to get that momentum going again. Push out this middle lane so they can get that map control on bottom and mid, and possibly go again for another Sindara and say, hey, you know what? Let's try not to get picked off this time. Tang's testing the waters here. Hogan says, nope, get out of here. Pops him in the face with a couple rockets. Alright, here comes the gank out on Shank. But I don't think Kaizen wants to do this, as everybody on Senpai Please basically comes out of the woodwork. That was a lot of damage they did on Artemis, though. He better be careful next time.
Yeah, I definitely like the patience of Senpai Please Notice Me. They know that they can't take too many risks right now because of the strength. And I feel like this Baldir isn't something they want to die over. If they die here, they're going to definitely lose a...
Oh, Tang goes in with his ultimate, gets the stun on Aranar, and Aranar goes down without even taking a shot. Mantekias comes in with the Vex ultimate, lands right on Ray as Gulliver on Bow is taken out, Tang on Bastion. Mantekias gets taken out by both Shank and Yesios on Hale, as Gulliver and Hogan just try to run away.
Wow, really good fight there. I'm actually extremely impressed with the way Senpai executed that. Bastion just crushed the backline of Kaizen, and they coming in from the side with the Shank, just doing tons of auto attack damage. Yesios got a huge Hale ultimate off, which stunned and secured a lot of positioning for their carries to get in there and do a lot of damage. So really good fight there by Senpai.
Yeah, I think the real killer for Kaizen was Aranar basically getting obliterated instantly. He melted off the face of the map after Tang just comboed him with his ultimate and stun and fire.
That's the strength of the Bastion coming into late game. Bastion can definitely 100-0 any carry once he catches and does a full rotation on him. So they definitely have to be a little bit more wary of their positioning because a lot of their damage is definitely coming from R&R into the late game. So if he dies instantly, there's not a lot of hope for Kaizen to win these fights. Oh wow, look, Rocker's in chat. Dude comes out of retirement.
Looks like Senpai Please is sitting in this bush trying to see what's going to happen here at Sindara. We got Mantekias top trying to push this lane and split push a little bit, trying to wait for that team fight to happen so he can get his ultimate off on as many people as possible. But Kaizen just says, you know what, whatever. Looks like they're just going to push this generator, possibly.
Yeah, that's a good play. I think after that fight, Kaizen's a little weary of the power of Senpai Please Notice Me. So they're just looking for those picks themselves and to kind of put pressure on this gen while they're sitting up there trying to bait for the Sindara. There you go. So now Verm's rotating down. They're definitely going to try to put pressure on this gen. They knew that they're camping the high ground, so they figured, hey, if we put pressure here, they're either going to have to do Cindy or they're going to back. So pretty decent play there by Kaizen.
Looks like Senpai Please is still hanging around this. As it looks like Sonata pops his rocket boots to just place that one mine. Oh man, here comes Tang, gets the massive stun out on Hogan as Gulliver just rams Tang back into the wall, but I don't think it's going to really do anything as Mantekias just gets melted off the face of the map. Tang gets the ultimate off on Gulliver, but I don't think it's really going to do much as they get to back away to their first tier turret. Here comes Ryzen back in to change up this fight a little bit. Oh man, goes down Tang, as well as Aranar. Gulliver is going to go down here too. Ryzen's going to try to clean this up as basically Team Senpai is just super low. Man, this little dwarf better run. He better start moving his feet.
I think they got a little too aggressive there and overshot their bounds. They definitely could have backed off at that point, not dove, and still got the tower. But because they dove, they were sitting there tanking the tower while Claudessa came in from the side. Got a good ultimate off, did a lot of damage in there, and they wasted a lot of time trying to kill R&R. So really good fight there. Good counter engage by Ryzen.
Looks like Team Kaizen's just going to straight shoot here for Sindara, but I don't think it's really going to do much as Ryzen gets too many knives to the back.
No, they don't have enough damage to do that. If they would have continued on that, they just would have been wiped by the Senpai Please Noticing Me rushing in.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Kaizen's just going to go for this Baldir and possibly rotate top for this this generator. Or maybe even ignore Baldir and just go top for the generator here. And Senpai Please better start reacting to this a little bit sooner because I don't know about this. The wave is knocking at that generator door, and you got Aranar building mad attack speed on his Vermilion.
Yeah, this is a Kaizen special. When they know they can't win these fights straight up, they definitely try to use the positioning of the map.
Oh, Shank gets the ultimate on Hogan. Hogan gets away again with this Rocket Boots Bounder combo as Yesios comes in and gets the stun on all three of them. Here comes Tang, tries to get on Aranar as Hogan's just trying to help him kite away from this. Down goes Yesios here from Mantekias' rockets, but also down goes Ryzen from Kiwi Dude. They took the generator though. Definitely a one fight for Team Kaizen.
Yeah, definitely. They ended up getting the generator there. Kind of unfortunate. I just hope that Senpai can actually turn some of this this gold on the map put it right into their pocket, because they're definitely behind with that play there.
They just really needed map objectives. They've only taken one turret, and that was actually Shank taking the bottom turret away from Ryzen. They're just really lacking in global objective gold that Kaizen is just hoarding for themselves. They really need to start evening this out a little bit. Oh man, looks like a team fight may happen here. Hogan calls them out and shoots Tang straight in the face with a couple rockets, but Bastion says, you know what, whatever, I'm a dragon, I don't care. As Gulliver comes in and tries to get the stun off, Mantekias comes in too, gets the stun off on a couple of them as Yesios goes down without even getting his ultimate off. Aranar takes out Tang as well. And it looks like Ray goes down, and basically Team Kaizen is saying, hey, thanks for the free kills, thanks for the free experience in Golden, let's just get a Sandara.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Bastion actually wasn't able to do what he was supposed to do, which was get on that back line and do a lot of damage and zone him out. He actually ended up stunning the front line of Kaizen, which allowed the back line to pretty much do free damage without any repercussions whatsoever. I feel like the big misplay here was the fact that Senpai, please notice me, let Kaizen get the backdoor gen on him. They're definitely fighting from a losing position here after losing, then coming back, and now they're losing again. So hopefully they can hold out versus Monkey.
Kaizen takes more objective gold for themselves to try to increase this gap that they have against Senpai Please. Looks like they're going to send Monkey bottom, try to get that bottom generator, because they know they can push out this mid lane if need be on the way down, but I don't even think that that's their concern right now as Monkey starts pushing by himself. Mantikius is just chilling in base here. Looks like he's just going to wait there for the opportune moment to pop his ultimate off. Looked like Mantikius was actually just waiting to pick up his power relic here. I really like the Hexbane pickup for Mantikius. It's really good counter to Yesios on Hail.
Yeah, it is. That's a really good counter to any Hail, so it's a huge pickup there.
Alright, looks like Mantikius is coming down, gets the stun on Kiwi Dude as he just walks away here. Gulliver pulls Kiwi Dude back into the fray, but it looks like Tang might go down here. He pops the bounder, gets away safely as Monkey just starts beating on this generator. Both teams, man, nobody dead, but Kaizen just has that advantage with the experience, with the gold, and with the Monkey. Looks like they're just going to try to crux it here. Monkey starts getting on the crux here as the teamfight starts breaking out. Ryzen gets a 3-person pull on his ultimate, and it looks like Senpai Please is just saying, you know what, good game, well played, respect.
Proved too strong this time, but your next match awaits.
Well, really good showing there. That actually was a good game, and nice to see Kaizen come back from their first game loss.